Hi, I'm Troy from Studio 33 Guitar. Thanks for watching. So today we're looking at how to play Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day. This is a really great song, especially if you're a beginner, because it uses some really simple beginner chords. In order to play this song in the original key, you will need to have a capo. Now, if you don't have a capo, you can still play this song with these same chord shapes that I'm going to show you, but it's just going to sound a little bit lower. So if you want to play along with the original recording, you will need to have the capo. Now, if you don't have a capo, you can get one on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below for the one that I use. As usual, you can get the PDF version of the chord chart on my website, studio33guitar.com. You can print that off and it'll make it a lot easier to follow along. So let's zoom in on the neck and have a look at how to play Boulevard of Broken Dreams. So if you have a capo, then just put that on the first fret. And if you don't have a capo, again, you can still use these same chord shapes. You just won't be able to play along with the original recording. So the first chord that we need is going to be an E minor chord. Now, a regular E minor would look like this with your index finger and middle finger on the second fret, on the A string and the D string, and the rest of the strings would be open. And that'll give you a regular E minor chord, and you can play this song using that chord just like that. Or if you want, what I'm going to recommend is that we use an E minor 7 chord, which for that one, what we're going to do is add in our ring finger and pinky finger on these two strings down here. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I've talked about this type of a chord shape before. And the reason that I like this one is because when we go to some of the other chords, like for example, a G chord, which is coming up next, these two fingers get to stay in that exact same position. And when we play a D chord, which is also in this song, this ring finger gets to stay in that same spot. So it really helps to make your chord changes smooth when you can have fingers that are in the same position for multiple chords. So you can decide whether you want to use just a regular E minor chord or if you want to use this E minor 7 like I'm going to show. Either one of them will work fine. So first we'll run through the chords and then I'll show you the strumming for it. But it's important to know, first of all, that each of these chords is going to get 2 beats. So we're going to play that E minor chord for 2 beats, 1, 2, and then we're going to go to a G chord. And all we're going to do for that is just move our middle finger up to the 3rd fret on the E string. Everything else stays exactly where it is. So this was our E minor 7. Moving our middle finger up to that note, that gives us a G chord. Next, we're going to go to a D major chord, just a regular D major chord, which you probably already know how to play, but index finger here on the 2nd fret, ring finger, and then middle finger right there. So again, that ring finger is that same position where it was for those 2 other chords, so you don't have to move that. All you have to do is bring your other fingers down into position, lift your pinky finger off, and that gives you the D major chord. And from that D major, we need to go to an A major chord. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. A regular standard A major chord would be something like this. That would give you all 3 fingers on the 2nd fret stacked on top of each other, and that gives you a regular A major chord. Now, what I'm going to suggest for this song is we're going to leave that ring finger where it is for that D chord, and we're just going to move our index and middle finger up. So the index goes up 1 string and the middle finger goes up 2 strings. And that's going to give us an A sus4 chord. But to me, that still sounds great with this song. And again, that really helps with the chord change because you don't have to move this ring finger for any of those 4 chords. So all 4 of those chords together, with each one getting 2 beats, would sound like this. And those 4 chords in that order is how you're going to play all the verses of this song. Now let's take a look at the strumming pattern that you can use. As I mentioned, when we count these chords, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what we're going to do is add in some upstrokes as well. So that's going to sound like this. So the count for that now becomes 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a. So the upstrokes are coming in on the word So it's down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a. So more up to speed. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, 4. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And you can use that same strumming pattern throughout this entire song. So now let's move on to the chorus. For the chorus chords, now we're going to go to a C chord. Now you can use a standard regular C major chord, which looks like this, but I'm going to suggest that we play a C add 9 chord. And that one looks exactly like the G major chord that we did earlier, except the middle finger and index finger are down 1 string. So this pinky and ring finger are in that same spot, and then these 2 fingers are exactly the same as the G, just down 1 string. So again, the reason that I like that is because it minimizes the amount of movement that you need. So that regular C major chord is a tricky one to play, and it's all of your fingers that need to move into a different position. So using the C add 9 chord will help you to make the chord changes a little bit easier and more smoothly. So again, you've got 2 beats on each of these chords, and you're going to be going C to G. So that's nice and easy. We're just moving those 2 fingers up. And then to the D chord, which again, we're going to leave the ring finger there, just take the pinky finger off. And now to the E minor. And again, we can leave that ring finger where it is. And we can either leave the pinky finger off, or we can plug it in. Either one of those works for that E minor. So the chorus chords all together then would look like this. And you're going to play that sequence 3 times. C, G, D, E minor. And then you're going to start it a 4th time, but it's not going to play through all the chords. You're going to play C, G, and then you're going to go to this new chord. It's a B chord. Now, on the original recording, it sounds like he's playing just a B power chord. And so we're going to look at that now. So where your index finger is right now from this G chord, that's going to stay right where it is. And now what you want to play is this note that is 1 string down and 2 frets up. And then you're going to take your pinky finger and plug it in directly below that. And you're going to concentrate mostly on just those 3 strings. And that gives you what's called a B power chord or a B5 chord. Now you can play that just like this I'm showing you, or if you want to bar your finger across there, either your pinky finger to get those 2 notes, or with your ring finger. You can do that too if that's more comfortable for you. So that last time through that chord progression, the 4th time through, you'll play C, G, then to B. Now when you switch to that B, we're just going to change up the strumming pattern a little bit. Instead of being that down, 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 up like we were doing, you're now going to be doing just all down strums. And that kind of gives it a little bit more of an aggressive building kind of sound. And you're going to play that for 1 full bar, a count of 4, but you're going to be playing 8th notes. So you're going to count it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And you're going to be strumming down strums on all of those. So that's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that last time through that chord progression, the C to G to that B would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And from there, you're going to go right back to that verse progression. the E minor, G, D, and A. And that'll take you back to the next verse, which is played exactly the same way as the other verses. If you like this lesson, then please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. And make sure you check out one of these other videos that's on the screen right now. We'll see you in the next one.